Here we are, December 21, first axis impulse of the day. There's a couple things I wish I could do, but I'm going to have to pick what? One is I've got a couple of these cards on this core. I would like to make an attack and see if I can't eliminate that stack. There's a chance that the Allies could get a air supply command card that could potentially do a supply drop that would put both of these stacks back in supply. So I'm going to cross my fingers that that does not happen before I can do that attack, because I also want to get this core pushed westward into the gap. I'm stretched fairly thin. I also want to use this core to attack La Roche and include a reinforced battle with this guy. So unfortunately I can't do more than one of those. Since this is low supply for now, I don't believe this is going to get any kind of a redeployment because it would be in jeopardy of rules and such for being surrounded. I'm going to go with moving this core by using this 2SS Panzer core to activate all units in that core. I do need to remain conscious about this piece, so I can't move. I don't want to leave. I don't want to give the Allies an open path to Vilsholm. So I'll probably leave this unit behind just to I might drop him here, for example, just to keep pieces from moving closer to Vilsholm. Well, yeah. If I move him there, whoops, that will prevent this piece from moving here or here. This piece could move only as far as that. This one cannot move there. So yes, I'm moving that piece there. These other ones, I'm going to take advantage of the strategic movement. So since they are armored, armored. Since they are armored, if they start on a road, they stay on the road, they do not go through an Allied town or cross an Allied bridge, their movement can be doubled. So let's see what we can do. We've got 3 of the 9th SS. We have 2 of the 2 SS. We do have one that's tied down up here. I'll think about him once I've moved the rest. All right. Let's start with this piece. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to run him all. I'm sorry, he can only go 10. Do that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Those 2. They're also with the 9th. I might keep them in that general same direction. I can't use this road because I would have to stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do the same with that unit. Okay, this stack, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't move next to the Allies. I'll stop there. Okay. Now that we see what this will look like, at some point this could really take my defensive posture with this corps. If I move him off of here, I will be breaking contact for 1 across the bridges, 2 on the road, 3, 4, 5. I would be leaving a hole up here. If the Allies were to cross that, they might not, because they would possibly be in danger of surround if they cross that. I'm going to risk moving this piece also, because I'm hoping to free these pieces up and they can take this roll. So again, it's 1 to break contact, 2 on the road, 3, 4, it's clear, 5. All right. And that would be all of the movement for this impulse. That's a 3 command value card. Goes to the discard. I need to replace 3 now. Okay, I like that one. LXVI. So that will actually let me do something with this piece and those to maybe spread them. And that core, that's good. So hopefully we can now use these and do some further pushes. Oh, nuts. I was hoping to get a bridge engineer. I did not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, and uh-oh. So we have a fuel. Today's the 21st. We drew a 116th Panther Division is potentially out of fuel unless I use one of my depots on them. And if I want to do an attack with them, I'm going to play one of these. Okay. Let's look at 14.5. Since this is our first fuel issue. All right, 14.5. And each time you replenish your hand, check all the division command cards to see if any of the listed formations lack fuel. If so, place out of fuel markers on all units of the formation and discard the card without drawing another. So that would mean if I did nothing else, I have to throw this card in the discard, and the 116P, 116P, all 3 of these pieces would be out of fuel, unable to move, unable to attack. You may prevent a formation from being out of fuel by playing the fuel priority command event which I don't have any, or by spending a fuel marker. If you spend a fuel marker, the card is not discarded. Effects of no fuel. May not move, retreat, or advance after combat. May not attack. If it is attacked, the enemy attackers may disregard one hit. The effects of out of fuel last throughout the remainder of the day. Out of fuel markers come off at the end of day phase. So, on those 5 ammo dumps that are placed at the start of the game, 3 of them have fuel, 2 of them don't, and those are at random. So I'm going to use one of my out of fuel markers, one of my fuel depots that gives me fuel, and keep the card and not run out of fuel. All right. Let's go ahead and jump to the next Allies impulse. Oh, mama. Oh, this is, if this was the 22nd, December 22nd, that deploy all reserves would mean that mass goes on the board. But it's not that, thank goodness. All right. So this is the 21st Army Group. This is every piece in the game for the Allies. There are no special events for the day. Deploy all Allied reserves. Fortunately, there's not a lot. We have three units, and we'll also check out of contact. So, through all the normal stuff again, we will use method A. So first off, the order of these will be numbered 8, 9, and 10. They're all the 84th. All right. Their deployment area is from here up. So the upper 2 zones on the map. Empty position, core area, trace Allied supply, German proximate, not danger of surround, not in a German city or town, etc. Not adjacent to an Allied unit with zone of control. All right, so let's just start placing helmets in potential spots. We're looking at 7th Corps. I want to see if I'm proximate to that with this piece. Low supply means he can move. Right? Let's double check. Correct. He may move. So this hex, movement of 5, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, that is proximate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is proximate. And, kind of the reason I wanted to check this one out, this has a high hold value, but it's gonna fail that check of being within 3 hexes of the same core. So this hex is actually going to take precedence over that one, but we'll get there. Can I get to here? I doubt it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's technically proximate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not. All right, what else? This piece could break contact plus 3 more, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot reach that, cannot reach any further than that. You could reach there, but that hex is next to a allied unit. Next to a unit, next to a unit. Cannot get to those. Cannot get there. That one is not in danger of surround. So that would also be eligible. Okay, so with that in mind, yeah, all those are good. So now, if more than one position within 3 hexes of unit in the same division, well, all 3 units of the division are right there. Next is within 3 hexes of the same corps. So we really just need to look at where we have 7th Corps pieces. So that one is no longer eligible. So it really is going to become this here. 1, 2, 3. These are too far away at the moment. So this hex will get that unit. All right, so now we go to the next piece. All these again, empty position, core area, etc., etc. Now, these 2 are still in play because they were valid a minute ago. They still are. 1, 2, 3, 4, approximate 5. So that's the only 2 we need to look at because everything else was, well, that one's technically could be marked again, but it's going to be now within 3 hexes of the division. Okay, so both of those hexes are eligible. If more than one, highest hold value, which is going to be Dinant. Okay, so the next piece goes in Dinant. Back to method A again. Now, this hex is the only one that we were proximate to before. It's no longer valid because it's next to an allied piece. So now we're going to flop over to B. Place unit in hex occupied by unit in the same division. So there's 2. If more than one, highest hold value. So it's going to be Dinant. So Dinant gets a second piece. So allies are starting to extend that gap a bit more, closure of it. So that's all the reserve units that were in the reserve box. Now we check basically every unit on the board to see if they are out of contact, because this is the entire 21st Army Group card. So, not eligible because they're out of supply and all that. He's in contact, they're in contact, in contact, in contact, in contact, in contact. 1, 2. This. One of those. Actually, those are now out of contact. I cannot move here. For this piece, it would have to go out of the zone of controls. That would cost all 5 points to get there. So, Troy Pont, those pieces are out of contact. Let's keep that in mind. Just to remind myself, I'm going to put a German helmet on there. Let's see. Even though I can't reach that, I remember we looked up a rule and it says you can't, you know, move him for the out of contact stuff if he would create a gap in the line. So if he were redeployed elsewhere, there would be a gap in the line. Okay. He's in contact. He's in contact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's in contact. He's in contact. We don't look at those. In contact, in contact, in contact, 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 contact. Everybody's in contact except these two pieces in Troy Pont. So let me look at the out of contact rules right quick. Refresh ourselves. Okay, it does not say anything about not leaving a VP hex. Let me check the larger rules. I don't want to remove both of those pieces if one of them has to stay. 9.3 out of contact. It would not create a gap. It would not do that. Okay. It would be is it the lowest numbered? So there's 2 units. We'll look at the lowest numbered unit first. And now we use only deployment method A, which would mean we need to look for eligible positions. That one was, because it would not be in danger of surround. We did not have any more positions on the top 2 zones. For this first piece, I'm going to stop looking now because one of the criteria is going to be within 3 hexes of same division or 3 hexes of same core. That's not going to apply anywhere through here. This piece is the 30th. So they're within 3 of the same core. So this unit will redeploy here. This one is still eligible. So same thing, we need to find if there's a open position that meets all of our criteria. And he's going to swing all the way down here probably. So we need to look at this spot. You know, to move there, it's over the river and he has to stop. Eventually it's going to be highest hold value, so we're not going to look at a 3. We're only going to look at 3 and above now. We're not going to look at the 2s. Yeah, I can't get all the way over to here. 2. you know, there's a 3. However, it's eventually going to become highest hold value westernmost hex. So again, the one up here is further west than here. So are there any hold value of 4 or 5 that we're proximate to down in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. No. So this becomes our redeployment hex for this 30th Infantry Division. So that's putting a kibosh on our move to the Meuse River, big time. And that would be the end of the 21st Army Group. We'll call that a redeployment. Deployment and redeployment. And that's it for that pair of impulses. I'll be back.